Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra August 19, 2024. Venus in your solar 4th house these days is a strong influence for refreshing relationships with loved ones or people you live with. Sometimes, this transit inclines you to be more sensitive to your environment and possibly sweep problems under the carpet to keep the peace. In the first half of today, Venus is in a minor challenging aspect with Pluto, suggesting a hard time letting go of a dilemma or concern, so much so that your current happiness is compromised. There can be vague worries now, perhaps related to unfinished business. The trick is to allow this tension to motivate you to smooth things out in creative ways. As the day advances, transits can shake up schedules and thought processes but could also lead to interesting detours. There can be many ideas but little organization. Tension results from trying too hard to make order out of chaos. Fortunately, you enjoy mapping out and refining plans later today, and sorting things out comes readily once you're committed to the task. Another challenging period could be upon you today and tomorrow. Focus on going with the flow as much as possible. As your planetary rule, our cosmic messenger, Mercury, races in a retrograde through your solar house of short-distance travel and communication. He will clash with a cranky Uranus in your solar house of secrets and hidden enemies. This means that bad news could come out of the left field that you've been trying to keep under lock and key, especially in regard to your love life. Be sure to lie low and don't rock the boat, otherwise, you could end up regretting it. Trust that this will pass in the rearview mirror. An intense revelation may come up. Deep feelings regarding your future may arise when the Moon in Aquarius conjuncts Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. As usual, you may want to look at things logically. However, you may also need to consider how you feel about your professional journey. Reflecting on where you have been and where you want to be could lead to an incredible realization. You may see the future of your career path in an entirely different light. Let yourself come to this revelation so that you can feel empowered in your professional journey. It's not easy to break with tradition, but you are somewhat known for taking the road less traveled. Sometimes the road less traveled for you, Weaver, is the traditional one. Give yourself a break today and follow a very simple plan. Eat only the freshest food available to you, exercise but take special care of your joints, yoga or swimming followed by a sauna if possible, and get to bed early. Your next break from the norm will be empowered by this respite. This day marks the beginning of the new cycle for the perfect number that you are. This cycle of positive vibrations translates into a new enthusiasm and a real generosity towards those close to you, as well as a singular chance for success. Most notably, you could bring a new project to life with the participation of your friends or members of your family, which will make them happy when it succeeds. While the Moon left your relationship sector yesterday, it has increased your emotional engagement and awareness. This will help you make the most of an upcoming alignment between the Sun and Mercury in your communication sector, enhancing communication. Meanwhile, during its first visit to your financial sector since the Sun departed last month, the Moon offers a chance to evaluate money matters before Mars returns next month. A positive aspect with Venus can boost our financial confidence and imagination while providing insight into your financial needs and priorities. The Moon's departure from your relationship sector yesterday was always going to leave you feeling more emotionally and intuitively engaged, and while this may have evoked some strong emotional responses, with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. The difference this time is that you have the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, in your communication sector, and just as they have been looking for something to give a voice to. Our eyes in the sky. As the Moon enters Aquarius and aligns with Pluto retrograde, you might notice a surge of intense emotions bubbling up to the surface. It's one of those days when your feelings might seem to carry an extra weight, and it can be challenging to shake off what's on your heart and mind. If you're finding it hard to detach, don't worry, that's perfectly natural. We all have those moments when our emotions feel larger than life. But remember, how you manage those emotions makes all the difference. Think about a time when you were overwhelmed by a situation or decision, and instead of reacting impulsively, you took a step back. Maybe it was during a disagreement with a friend, or perhaps when faced with a tough call at work. You knew that diving headfirst into conflict wouldn't solve anything, so you gave yourself space to breathe. That's the kind of energy today is bringing, a gentle reminder that sometimes the best course of action is to take a step back, reflect, and give yourself the room you need to regain your composure. And that's okay. Giving yourself space doesn't mean you're avoiding the issue, it means you're wisely choosing the right time to address it. By postponing important conversations or decisions until you feel more balanced, you're setting the stage for better outcomes. After all, we make our best decisions when we're calm and centered. In the midst of this emotional intensity, it's important to approach your responsibilities with a sense of calm and intention. Have you ever noticed how, when you're in a steady, focused mindset, everything seems to fall into place a little more easily? That's the energy to tap into today. Take your tasks one at a time, and remember to be gentle with yourself as you navigate through the day. You don't have to have it all figured out in one go. And don't forget, amidst all the hustle and emotional processing, make sure you're carving out some time for joy. What activities light you up? Whether it's catching up with a friend, diving into a favorite hobby, or even just taking a walk outside, those small moments of happiness can make a big difference in keeping you balanced. When the world feels chaotic, these simple pleasures remind us that joy is always within reach. Now, for those of you who are single, today might bring an unexpected but welcome surprise. There's a certain charm in the air, and you might find yourself catching someone's eye, or perhaps someone catches yours. It's one of those days when new connections feel exciting and full of potential. If you're open to it, don't be afraid to explore where these moments could lead. But remember to stay grounded. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement, but taking things step by step will help you avoid rushing into anything too quickly. Speaking of decisions, today might not be the best day for making big purchases or financial investments. With the current cosmic influences, there's a higher risk of acting on impulse, which could lead to spending more than you intended. Whether that's financially, emotionally, or even in terms of your energy. When we're caught up in the moment, it's easy to overlook the bigger picture, so take a step back and give yourself time to reassess. There's no rush, and giving yourself a little breathing room can make all the difference. As you move through the day, stay mindful of your energy and emotions. It's okay to take things slow, to reflect, and to prioritize your well-being above all else. If you've been feeling a bit off balance, what are some ways you can reconnect with your inner calm? Maybe it's talking through your thoughts with a close friend, practicing mindfulness, or simply giving yourself permission to pause and breathe. Whatever it is, know that taking care of yourself is always the right move.